Hello lovelies, it has been a hot minute since we've done an art video or a vlog or anything of any kind. I don't know about you, but honestly, the winter slump just hit me hard. And I know you're like, excuse me, it's April, winter has been over. Okay, I live in the Midwest. I feel like when the seasons start on the calendar and when they actually start are not the same. They are not the same. That is one thing I wish I knew before moving here. But anyways, I thought it'd be fun to jump back in and do a little Cowhorse sketch. I don't know if you guys like the voiceovers or if you want just music on these. I don't know about you, but I'll just put on people's speed paints in the background. I'm like, support other artists, support content creators. Sometimes they do voiceovers, sometimes they don't. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna give it a shot. If people don't like the sound of my voice, they will tell me. And if you don't, and you haven't told me, tell me. I'm not a mind reader. If I was, just me, I would be doing something probably way cooler than drawing horses, but from one horse girl to another, like I'm gonna keep drawing horses. Anyways, I thought I'd challenge myself and draw a cow here. I learned how to draw horses and only horses. Like even my people, you guys can tell, my people are not the same as my horses, and sometimes even my horses are rough. And I was like, I'm gonna draw a cow. I don't know where I got the audacity, but honestly, it turned out kind of cute. This little cow was keeping me motivated through all this. I was like, the angles are weird. This is a different type of piece of art that I usually make. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I switched from English to Western. I learned how to draw originally drawing English horses, and I think it shows because I still don't know what I'm doing with Western horses and Western tack. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I appreciate you hanging out and being here and being supportive of it. So we're just playing around with some proportions, and even looking back on this, I'm like, ooh, I should have fixed that, but I didn't fix that. I said, we're gonna send it and it's gonna be okay and it'll be what it'll be. And this is the part where I forgot to record. I've been playing around with streaming my art over on Twitch, and I was like, oh, I'll just pull it from the stream. Well, this took me too long and that VOD is gone. So you guys are getting the speed paint straight from Procreate for the line art. This is honestly my favorite part of the process. I love going in and playing with the line art and putting all these different lines, and just, it's so satisfying. And I know when you look at it all zoomed out like this, you're like, okay, what am I looking at? She's jumping all over the place. I thought it'd be fun for you to see my perspective as we did it, but I forgot to record it because you know what? I'm human and I'm gonna make mistakes and I'm gonna forget and it's gonna happen, and that is okay. But I thought this turned out pretty well. Like, look at this little cow. He is so stinking cute and I just absolutely love him. Look at that ear. I am still proud of that ear. I feel like that cow head turned out all right. I mean, compared to my horse, my cow looks better. Maybe I should just draw cows, you guys. If you want to see more cows, let me know. I'd be happy to draw more cows if they turn out like this one, but I make no promises. I make absolutely no promises. And it was at this point I realized how yellow my canvas was. I was like, oh, I should probably make that a little bit brighter if I'm gonna go ahead and finish all of this out. So now we're getting into the fun part where I get to pretty much treat this like a giant coloring book. Part of the reason why I have my style the way that I do is so I can make my coloring easy and I can make my shading easy. I love a good cell style shading. If you cannot tell, it is one of my favorites. But I've been trying to play around with making my art look a little bit more like it's mixed media by using a textured layer over everything so it looks like it's on paper and going from there. So yeah, I think it's super fun. This is the part where I realized I didn't put my stubble brush in my horse folder, so I'm just moving it over there so I can make this a roan horse really quick and really easy without having to worry about where's my brush and having to dig it. I just have a whole folder of brushes I like to use for the style I like to use. I'm like, this is where these guys are staying. And honestly, it was a fun challenge to try and draw around. It's not something I've done a ton of, and I was like, you know what? I think it would fit the vibe. It would fit the vibe to have this little cow horse running this cow down, just make it a little rony pony. I don't know. That's what I chose to do. What would you have chosen to do? If this was you and you're like, I get to color it, what would it be? Because honestly, I've thought about posting my line art just as coloring pages because this is the fun part. I would love to just take other people's line art and color it in. It is so satisfying and so peaceful, and I enjoy that part of the process so much more than the sketching. All right, hot take, I enjoy coloring more than sketching. Do with that information what you will. I feel like it shows in the quality of my sketches though, so yeah, please be kind to me. We are all still learning. We are all still growing. And it was at this moment I realized how wonky the saddle was. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to commit to this decision. I made this. I'm going to figure it out. So here we are figuring out. I was like, if I at least choose cute colors, maybe, just maybe, it'll be okay. Maybe it'll be okay. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I just went for it. Also, what do you think of having the full zoomed out version in the corner? Because when I pull the time lapse from Procreate, it's only on the zoomed out, but like, I want to see the nitty gritty details. I want to know what goes into this. I love it. I love the process. So I tried to do a mixture of both here. Rest in peace, the storage on my iPad, but I think it turned out all right. I think it was super fun, but I want to know what you think. If this is something you want to see more of in the future, please let me know. I would be absolutely happy to continue doing this process. I think it's so fun to see, like, okay, here's all the details, and then you can kind of look over and be like, oh wow, like it's all kind of coming together, like all the pieces and all the parts. And I think that's the fun part about digital art, is when you zoom back out and you're like, oh wow, look at that, I actually made something. But then you get zoomed into all the little nitty gritty details, whereas like traditional art, you always see it just as big as it's ever going to be. Like, that is what it is. So I think digital art's a fun medium, and that way you guys can also see how I work and what I do. And, you know, I don't have anything to hide in my workflow. My sketches aren't perfect. My coloring's not perfect. Color theory? Who's that? I'm still learning. I'm still growing, and I want to share that with all of you. So back to this fun little cow. It's just, I want to like reach through the page and just squish it. It's so cute and so adorable, and I feel like the little white markings on this roan just help it stand out a little bit. I don't know, I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. It has been a minute since I've sketched. Like I said, the winter slump is winter slumping, but all things considered, this turned out pretty good here. Even going through and doing the shading, we're not going to talk about the rider, okay? I am trying, and I am not going for realism. I think I need to make that really clear. Like, I am not going for full realism. That would take forever. I don't think I have the patience for that, or the attention span, to be quite honest with you. I'd have like 8 works in progress, and they'd all be maybe a quarter of the way done, and I'd be like, nah, this ain't it. Maybe one day I will, as I get faster, as I get more confident. Who knows? I know my style is going to grow and change and evolve. And honestly, I think documenting the journey now makes that so much cooler. So I can look back in like a year or 2 from now and be like, oh my gosh, look at my art. Or even 5 years from now and be like, wow, things have really come along. Looking at you, my ability to not draw humans and human faces. And I should probably study the Loomis method, but it's blowing my brain right now. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying. I am trying, and I think that is going to be the biggest takeaway from today, is that it's okay to just try. It's okay to put yourself out there and try something new and be like, you know what? It turned out all right. I've been trying to keep my shading a little bit looser too as I go through, and I know this is really bright. I'm going to turn it down, you guys. This is not the final. It just makes it easier for me to see, so I know what I've done and what I'm not, because I get distracted and I'm like, I'll work on this little section forever. And then backgrounds. I'm really bad at backgrounds, but I'm trying to add just a little bit of pizzazz and a little bit of flair, and I think that little bit of dirt turned out really, really cute. So I am going to leave this one here. If you have enjoyed this speed paint process, please let me know. If you have any suggestions, anything you'd like to see, I am happy to take your opinion. I can't guarantee I will follow it, but feel free to share. This is a safe space. I hope you have enjoyed the process so far, and from one horse girl to another, keep on being you. Keep on being horse girls.